Good afternoon, guys, or good evening. It's 4:41 p.m. Today is June 1st, first day of the month, and we had a kind of a trend day up, but later on. So it's a neutral up day, not a trend day up, but neutral up or trending up day. So first day of the month, 82 to 90 is a gray area. Above, buyers are becoming active, right? So above 90, buyers are becoming active. Above 41.98, buyers will be more active. Above 42.25, they want to take it higher. Okay, so these are, remember these wordings, NQs yesterday, see, every day is a different wording and different story, So NQs yesterday's low, which is 248, Dow 32,990, Russell 1742, yes, above 41.90, buyer sale will be active. Now you go back and look, either price held these levels or they went lower little bit below, but then when they went above it, what happened, right? So you can go back and check all these indexes. I didn't bother to check today this too, but you can check. So ES above 41.90, buyer will be active, right? All of this. ES will try to fill one gap, either 41.60, 66 or 42.16, right? Same as yesterday, focus on buyers above Globex low and keep it simple. Below 24-hour mid, some sellers will be active, above buyers will be active, right? So keep it simple that way. And so let's say if it's staying below 24-hour mid, right, but let's say it is above preferred buyers area, right, or above 90, then it's like a opposite statement, right? So below sellers are active, but then if it's staying above 90, let's say 24-hour mid is at 84, for example, then if price is, it is at 94 and price is trading at 92. So above 90, it buyers are there, and below 94, which is 24-hour mid, sellers are there. So that means you don't do anything, right? It's a opposite statement. Friday is a known farm payroll, which is tomorrow, so that might affect today's price action. Now here I'm talking about debt limit and all these things, right? And then price may stay between 41.44 to 42.44, right? And NQ's dream number 283.11, right? So now let's look at this, right? So 40, okay, let me draw 82 to 90 area first. At least you will know it's a gray area, right? So okay, now this is a gray area, right? So price open right into gray area, so there is no trading, right? Then here it tried to go below it couldn't, then went up, went down, right? And then stayed below like 2-3 minutes and then sliced through it, correct? So at this time it was 10.17, which is right here, right? So what just happened at 10.17, right? So up to this point it was trading below 24-hour mid, right, and in the gray area. So you can't do anything except you see these sellers are in control and they may take it down, right? But between this 9:30 to 10 o'clock, you look at NQ, which is right here. See that? 9:30 to 10 o'clock, NQ was right here, balancing. It was not even making a new low, while ES was making new lows. So both are opposite, right? So there is no trading, but now you see there is a divergence going on, right? So something is going to happen. One index will lead another one, okay? But we have to wait because it's a gray area here. So ES you cannot do anything, NQ also you cannot do anything, right? So we waited. I said I'm not going to trade today, and then still I even tried to take one trade here, then I got break even stop. It went into my favor for longs, but then it came down and my stop was like right here, at 318, and then I think it stopped me out 2 times. So break even both times. So I didn't lose anything, but then I said, what, I don't want to trade it now, because up to this point, at after 10:10, right here and here 10:15, when ES went higher like this, I knew buyers are in control now, because now it is above 24-hour mid, above 82 to 90 area, right? And I don't want to see price going down now, like hold it here and then boom, but ES came down here. See, this was the problem. Now technically you can say it was a failed breakdown of preferred buyers area, price went higher, pull back here, preferred buyers area, held it and went higher, right? I can make that case, but I stopped my trading right here at 10 at this bar. See, when this candle and the second candle came like this, right, I was not looking for preferred buyers area to buy here or neither short. All I was thinking, it's going to like chop around now, because look at NQ went all the way down here to dream number. See, dream numbers are very powerful, so it came down here, right? So it can come to this area, because look at it, preferred buyers area is 219 to 267, right? So it can technically come. See, here it did not even touch yesterday's low. See, so it may come down again one more time, because look at internals at the time, they were trending down, right? So it is possible. And then we had a backup idea that tomorrow is NFP, it may chop around, and this was a like choppy move, right? See, here it was cleared to the upside, so I wanted to see it holding this dim number. That's why I went long here, but then it came down and topped me out at break even. The moment it went here, I was not planning to take a profit at low base high, I was looking for like up to here or maybe here or something, or slight pop, like few points and I'm done for the day. That was the whole idea. But anyway, it didn't even go above here, like 3-4 times it got rejection, and then finally it stopped me out here, right? Break even, stop. So at that point I said, what, right here, this vertical line, I said, what, we are done, guys. I'm not going to trade anymore, because in the morning it was choppy, both were opposite, internals were opposite, and price was choppy. So by 10:15, that's it. Usually my trades are done, before 10:15. So these things, threw me off, and we said, what, it's a choppy, we're not going to trade it. I'm not going to touch it. I went outside, did my gardening, all this stuff. Then while gardening, I was looking into my cell phone, like in between. And then, because here, right, I said, okay, I'm interested, because when I left, price was here, right? So I wanted to see what it does, So then I looked at it around 10:40, 43, and then I saw this in my cell phone. So here around 10:42 or 3, so I think, what was it? Where is it? 10:43 here. See here, before, so 10:37, right? This is 10:37. So price is spending time around those yesterday's close with positive internals, equal to good sign for buyers in general, right? That was 10:37, which is right around here. See that? So I already gave a heads up. Then here, now they are in sync, going towards gap fill in ES at 42.16, above 42.05, and NQ will go into yesterday's high, right? Then one of the members said 04 will hit. I said no, 16 will get hit, So now here, that was 42.05 line. Say this line up 05, okay? So 10:42, which is right around here, I said from my cell phone that if it goes above it 05, it will go to 16, which is this, right? That is your trade. Since I was in my mobile, I cannot trade. I did not take the trade, but I gave you heads up here. The moment it went higher, right, now it seals the deal. Look at this buying. See that? First wave of buying. Now you can consider this as a pullback. See, first time here, you don't know. Second time, when it went higher like this, above 05, right? That is the sign. 2, 2. So, second time up, now you can assume this was a pullback into preferred buyers area. That is your story, running story or clue. So, the moment it went above 05, right? That is the sign to look for longs, either at this level if it pulls back, or if it stays here and then try to jump higher, So you have to really dig into it at that time in a lower time frame. So this was around 11:05, right? So 11:05, you can see NQ was pulling back to this breakout area. See that this was the high in the morning and NQ was pulling back there, right? Or you can say it was pulling back to this 356 line, right? So when NQ went through this line, right, you can look for long here also, right? So in this area basically. So you watch, right? So when NQ went higher, came down, right? Or you can even go long right here. The moment you see this bounce, you pull back, you go long around 11:08, which is ES was right around here. See, 03. That's your first long. Now let's say you are still afraid that it may, do a failed breakout and come down, right? But look at internals. They were hitting higher values. See, momentum. It did not go down. ED was trending higher now. Since morning there was a bullish disconnect. Still price went down, but that's why it couldn't hold it. And we didn't take the trade because price is the king. It supersedes the internals. If price is going down, internals may join them later. But at least internals being in a bullish disconnect territory, you cannot short it. Now because of price was going down, internals were up, bullish disconnect, you cannot go long either. Once this thing happened, internals are in sync with the price, right? And that's the first wave of buying. So now you see this area held it here and then it went higher. This is the chance to go long here. That's why. Okay. Now let's say you're still afraid for a failed breakout here. Let's say price, could not even hold above 4, right? It came down, right? It was resisting. Fine. You wait for another thrust. Like this, pull back. Now you go long, right here. Right there, which was around 11:21, right? So 11:21, look at NQ. Let's say you didn't take this long, right? Now you can take this long, both are in sync, perfect sync, right? So that was your long. Now at this point you target what? Now 16 was the target, right? So you took a long at 04, 05, right here, 07, right? You can target 16 and call it a day off. Simple. That is what I said in Discord. Once 16 got hit, you can call it a day off, which was 11:40, right? Which is NQ was right around somewhere around 407, right? Now this was our level, correct? So it is possible now NQ will eventually go here when yesterday's high. That was the target, right? ES 16 and NQ is yesterday's high. So EH got to 16, but NQ did not get to yesterday's high. So it is possible NQ may go there. That means ES may go into 20. This is this area. So you can trail stop it or take a profit here and call it a day. And if you are still want to trade, right, you can trail stop it below this and hold it. Or you bail out here, and when you see price couldn't go down, it even held this high, went higher. Now at this point it wants to hit this 25, which is this area. So you can ride it up, and here definitely you want to call it a day, because now you can see it's like straight run into this preferred sellers area. So you cannot short it here, but you can take a profit here. By the time NQ was here, you can take a profit. That was the target for NQ buyers, and now you can call it a day off, right? But let's say after that, you are still trading, right? So now up to this point onwards, any trade you take to the long side, it's a riskier one, because now price is too far up fast, right? So any long here you take, it's a risky long. You have to manage it properly, right? So level will help you here. So here you can see it once it went above 25, right, which is this line. It basically held this 25, this area as a support. So you can rely on this support and go long here in NQ and ES. But this is risky to me. I would only look for target up to this in NQ, and rest I will let it go. Same thing, I let it go, these things. And anyway, you can see price did not achieve anything in this area. See that? Went up, went down. Went up, went down. So there is no activity here actually. It's a balanced price action. but here there was a real activity. That's all you should grab, and that be all for today. So now tomorrow we have a non-farm payroll, and this is a backup sellers area. So if price is trading above this area during NFP, right, there is a fair chance now during NFP it may run like this. Okay, possible. So where it opens, where it is trading at 830, it's very important. Ideally you don't want to see price going down before NFP, or during NFP. You want to see price, this was 09, 07 was important. See, price actually pull back to 07, but 20, I love my 20. So I think this area, so probably 15, 16 was a gap, right? So this area, you do not want price to go below this area now. So basically above 15, then NFP may run higher. Okay, and that be all for today.